you to know that you never have to be alone. I want you to know someone's always here for you, and I hope you believe it's me. Yes, I hope you believe it's me. Oh, I hope you believe it's me.
Well, hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Invisible Song Club. My name is Mark Davis-Steller. We've got a couple of great songs for you today. Of course, I'm joined as always with the lovely Angela Campbell. How are you doing, Angela?
I'm doing fantastic, Mark David-Steller. How are you doing today?
I am doing rather well. Now, this is just an ordinary Sunday, right? There's nothing special about today.
Oh, no, today is Mother's Day, and I hope Sherry's having a wonderful Mother's Day, and I hope she's got bouquets of flowers all over the house.
Of course. I didn't nearly forget.
Yeah, we took a really big bouquet over to Randy's mother. My mother's in Ontario, but Randy's mother's here. So we took a big bouquet over to her, and she gave us an apple crumble. So we have apple crumble to eat now.
That's great. I love everything except for cooked fruit. Well, and almonds.
Oh.
And celery. There's a lot I don't like. Except I love bacon and sausages. Anyway, that was for you, Muttley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Is your mother watching today?
I'm expecting. I'm not seeing anybody. Oh, yep. Someone's on YouTube already. Hi, Mom. If that's you. Oh. You don't know this, Mom. You don't know this, but happy Mother's Day because it's not Mother's Day in the UK.
And why isn't it Mother's Day in the UK? What's up with that?
I'm not sure. I think it has something to do with that Mother's Day in the UK is more of a religious event, has more of a religious background. And then Mother's Day in North America is more a seasonal thing. But it might be the other way around. I might have got that mixed up. But it's religion is the reason for
I don't know anything about it except that people wish me a happy Mother's Day on Mother's Day. That's all I know.
Oh. It's not Mother's Day in the UK, says Muttley. It's been and gone as Mothering Sunday. Was, however, Mother's Day in Australia where my parents live. He says, oops, always
Thank
forget.
You, Muttley.
There you go. Actually, while I'm in there, Shalem says, can we drop by for apple crumble? What's your address?
Oh, well, actually, we're in red right now in Winnipeg, so no, you can't drop by. Sorry about that. I can't even have people in the backyard. It's a drag, but oh well. We'll get rid of this COVID and then we'll all visit.
For sure. And it's also Mother's Day in South Africa, says Elna, so that's good.
Oh, yay!
Oh, okay. So Muttley, I think, confirmed my suspicion. The English one has a religious background. That Mothering Sunday, it's about returning your mother to church. There you go.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm assuming I don't
understand that, something. But yeah.
So there we go. Now, before we get going there, I just wanted to draw everyone's attention to ojusteatit.ca. Go check that out, and we'll talk a little bit more about what Oh Just Eat It is, maybe towards the end of the show, and the invisibleman.ca for everything Invisible Man show, song club, and Welcome to Man House related. So go check those out. So, where are the Invisible Song Club? So, Angela, what on earth is the Invisible Song Club?
Well, Mark, the Invisible Song Club is very much like a book club where we have a group of people, like-minded people who love music. And every 2 weeks, we review 2 new songs. One we call Angela's Pick and one we call Mark's Pick. Angela's Pick would be anything that is Canadian, and Mark's Pick is international, anything in the world, including Canadian. So we have a lot of fun searching for these new songs to review, and our song club has been wonderful in suggesting songs that Mark and I haven't even heard of before. Like one of the songs that Mark has chosen for today was suggested by a member of the song club. And it's new to you, isn't it, Mark, this band? Yeah.
Yeah, both.
So,
as often is often is. Usually your pick's completely new to me, and of course this one is, as it was suggested by the audience. So thanks, Elna.
Yeah, that makes it a lot of fun. I mean, stuff that you normally, you're not hearing on the radio, and you wouldn't normally have any exposure to, we're sharing. I mean, back in the day, kids used to share music internationally by just throwing an album or a 45 or an 8-track or a cassette tape into the mail to their friends across the ocean, and that's how music would get shared. That wasn't being promoted and wasn't being played on the radio. And so the Song Club's trying to do much the same thing, where we will introduce you to music that you haven't heard before, and Song Club members, you introduce it back to us. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. So, what do you get with the Song Club? Well, with the Song Club, you get a membership of like-minded people and a fun club to participate in. You get a podcast on video every 2 weeks live, and you get introduced to new artists and new songs that can just, interest you in either a positive or negative way, however you want to take it.
Sounds good. And usually our focus is, of course, so we have a positive focus. So we sometimes will point out something that we didn't like about a song, but generally it's almost completely they're positive reviews. You are, of course, as members of the Song Club, are welcome, of course, to put your comments, positive and negative. Even if they are mostly negative, you're welcome to. We will read out everything that is written in a polite and civil way. That's the best way to put it.
I actually, for our last podcast, I actually received an email from Marty Green, and he gives wonderful reviews. He sends them to me by email, but we ran out of time last show, so I didn't have time. His reviews are a bit long, so I didn't have time last time to read Marty's review. But please, if you're putting like short little reviews in the comments, we have time for that during the show, so please do that for sure.
Indeed. Okay. And I do want to say something about suggesting songs for future shows, but we're going to talk about that at the end. We've gone on long enough. Let's get on with the reason why you're here. So we have Jocelyn and Lisa. Did you want to say anything about them, or should we just go ahead with the clip?
Please go ahead with the clip.
Perfect. And just those of you who haven't seen this before, we'll play a short 15-20 second clip of the song, and then a video that Angela has put together by way of introduction of the band. So here we go. So Jocelyn and Lisa.
Guess I'm not that strong. I should have fallen out of love with you by now, but I got a part, I got a piece, I got a heart permanently bound.
Jocelyn and Lisa is a Canadian indie soul pop duo from Calgary, Alberta, formed in 2012 by Jocelyn Alice on vocals and Lisa Jacobs on vocals, bass, guitar, and piano. Their debut EP, Weary Warrior, was released on November 19, 2012, with lead single Preach, which charted number 2 and number 5 on CJSW Radio. They've also been featured artists on CBC Radio. Jocelyn Alice and Lisa Jacobs are both uber-talented Canadian musicians who individually have very successful careers, including Alice's song Jackpot, which reached number 9 on the list of Spotify's 10 most viral tracks in the United States for the week ending August 5th, 2015. In addition to recording and playing live shows together, Alice and Jacobs were featured in the documentary Crave by Los Angeles filmmaker and best-selling novelist Erwin McManus. The duo's track Open Wide is featured in the documentary 1,000 Days by award-winning Canadian director Jeff Weinrich, who also produced a music...
Well, there you go. Thanks, Angela. See, Angela does put a lot of work into those, so a big thank you to Angela for doing that. It makes us look so professional. Thank you. So, I'm Bound to You by Jocelyn and Lisa. Now the song starts with a slow jazz bass, almost plodding along, and a simple drum arrangement emphasizing the first and third beats. The electric guitar hits the chord on the third beat, clear and short, leaving a little in the reverb to fade. we are left in no doubt that there is something emotional coming. The verse continues over the same instrumental arrangement as the intro, but with the introduction of a piano playing single chords. The solo vocalist comes in and her voice cracks slightly as we start. And so we instantly get the emotion that we were expecting. The voice continues with short, clear phrases that descend, leading us, showing us the sadness in the song, rather than the lyric just telling us. The verse seems to resolve the tension halfway through, and then repeats and resolves again at the end, but it doesn't really feel that resolved. The tune, rather than ending on the root, actually ends an octave lower. While this does complete the tension and provide some resolution, it doesn't actually fully satisfy. The backing vocals join in halfway through the chorus with "ah-oo" on the first beat, a kind of subdued doo-wop. This unexpectedly emphasizes the guitar chord played on the third beat and brings out the rhythm of the rest of the instrumentation, sparse though it is. The chorus starts without any fanfare, the backing vocals singing and holding "oo" throughout. The rhythm guitar lets the chord ring, whereas in the verse it was a single beat. Now it hangs clear in the air. With these two small changes, the song now changes completely. Now, I couldn't tell if the piano picked up as well at this point. It feels now full of energy. The energy has increased. The melody now, instead of short staccato phrases of the verse, now flows up and down in a fairly catchy, somewhat familiar way. But it is this familiarity of the melody that brings with it some warmth and a feeling that a more obscure original phrase might not achieve. Now, the beginning of the chorus reminded me, at least at the start, of Sheena Easton's Morning Train. Now, I say it's a similarity, they're reminding me of it, but it has the same swing-like ascending and descending melody. Unlike the verse, the chorus resolves back to the roots halfway through. Then at the end of the chorus, the singer adds a little flourish. The voice climbs higher and adds a little more tension before coming back down to the root once again. And there it is, what we've been waiting for. We have got it in full. The verse and the chorus repeats. The clear, emotional vocals expand occasionally on the melody on a few places as the song progresses, particularly during the instrumental break. The instrumentation stops, leaving a solo voice to lament, "I should have fallen out of love with you by now." And when the instrumentation comes back, the sound is bigger and even more emotion than ever. The song ends after a repeated chorus, and the last word is sung. A well-placed solo chord on the piano rings out, adding a perfect full stop to the end of the song. The lyrics are fairly straightforward. The phrase I mentioned earlier, "I should have fallen out of love with you by now," puts the lyrics in a nutshell. But I really like the opening line that perfectly sets up the rest of the song by cleverly giving us a sense of time. "Last time you came around, my hair was chocolate brown. Guess it's been that long." Something, definitely a lyric no man would ever write. I listened to this song before writing the review dozens of times, far more than I think I've listened to any other song I've reviewed on this show. It's infectious, it's catchy, and dare I say, addictive. The song deserves to be a modern-day jazz standard, and it seems that if it were written for anyone, must have been personally written for Michael Bublé, and I'm sure would do this song proud. Love the song, Angela. If I can find the right buttons, there we go.
Hey, Mark, you really should you really should turn off my mic when you're talking so that nobody can hear me laughing
well,
at
you.
you.
Can mute you're allowed to mute yourself.
Your reviews are so entertaining.
You can mute yourself.
I agree with you. That could totally be a Michael Bublé song. I hadn't even thought of that, but yes, sir, totally. Except that he would have to talk about changing his hair color. So I don't know. It could happen. I really love Jocelyn and Lisa. I think they're very talented artists. And I think this song is especially good. It's a bit of an older song. I've been recently trying to choose newer songs, but this song really stands out. It's so well done. I absolutely love the vocals, and I love the tempo in the singing. And a lot of our song club members often comment that they can't hear the words in a song and that irritates them. And I don't think you have that problem in this song. I think that everybody would agree that you can decipher the words, and the words are well written, well sung, and the music is, I think it's just perfect the way it goes along. It's very well done. There's nothing that stands out as not being recorded properly, or something being left out. The bass in the music is very well done. I believe it's Lisa who is the bassist, and she's just so good. And so, yeah, that's pretty much my review. I just absolutely love the song. And hopefully the Song Club is enjoying it as well. I'd like to hear what you have to say about it.
There we go. Let's have a look. Let's see what the comments say. Not too many there, but Elna says, yes, it is really addictive. Shalim says, morning train. The vocals really grabbed me. This duo, I would gladly see if they made it to Winnipeg. Angela's hot mic is funny. Keep it on. The song should be shared, heard, and bought. Support these two talented ladies. Thanks, Shalim. Chris Lady has joined us. Hi, Chris. Indeed, it's brilliant, he says. Oh, and while we're there,
hi, Chris.
I want to shout out to David Krause as well for joining us. Oh. There we go. No more comments at the moment. We can, if there's any more to add, then we can read those towards the end. Okay. Yep, nothing's coming up. So I will queue up the next song. Okay. I think I'm ready. We'll see if I've got it right this time. Okay. Yep, getting distracted by the chat. Okay, so Sunset Sweatshop, here we go.
Sunset Sweatshop is a proudly South African 5-piece feel-good rock band with reggae and folk influences. Sunset Sweatshop started in October in late 2016 when frontman Ian Haynes began collaborating with guitarist Rossal Winsell. It was not long after that they were joined by bassist Richard Dix, guitarist Nicholas Forbes, and drummer Victor Green. The band kicked off their career with a well-received debut show at Lamaland in 2016 and continued to make appearances at well-known local South African events, including Bach Radio Kosvies and Koksisters. I don't speak Afrikaans, please bear with me. In early 2017, the band, under the guidance and expertise of producer Dane Taylor, recorded and released their first single, Move It, which soon began to make waves on local radio stations. In March 2017, Nicholas Forbes left the group, but was promptly replaced by guitarist Duke Negus, before heading up to perform at Splashy Fen Festival 2017, which marked a great milestone in the band's career. After the release of the music video for Move It, the track continued to receive attention from local radio stations, landing #1 spots on Puck FM and Bach Radio, as well as featuring in a number of top charts on various others. Throughout 2017, the band continued to tour locally, and in September 2017, the band was nominated for 3 categories at the Bach Radio Awards. They reached yet another milestone by taking home the award for English Song of the Year for their hit single Move It, as well as performing the track live at the Grand Arena to a crowd of 5,000. In 2020, they released a new song collaborated with the DJ called Kosher in South Africa called I Love This Feeling. The song we're reviewing today is called Move It. And if you've listened to it and it didn't have your body moving, I'd like to know how you managed it.
Oops, come on, there we go. Yes. So this song, I think we mentioned earlier, was suggested by Elna. So thank you very much for introducing us to this, Elna, to Sunset Sweatshop. So, Move It by Sunset Sweatshop. Now, when I heard this song for the first time, I wasn't even halfway through when I knew the song had already made my selection for the show. It's an infectious song that is fun, upbeat, and above all, has no hidden or deep message. The instrumentation, the performances, the lyrics are just colourful, in-your-face fun. The song starts with the bass guitar snapping out a catchy rhythmic riff. A keyboard chimes in, sounding blues organ-like, tinkling the chords in the background. The drums come in with a very defined yet simple lead-in break, which settles quickly into a complementary rhythm all its own. The beat screams, "Get up and dance," before a single word is even sung. As the vocals start, the drums and keyboard back off almost completely, and a clean electric guitar comes forward and strums a subtle, funky rhythm. The vocal has a warm, rough quality that fits in perfectly with the mix of rhythm and instruments. The verse is noticeably lower in energy than the introduction. The melody during the first line of the verse is slow and simple, and then becomes quick and melodic, but leaves us hanging. It builds some expectation as the melody is repeated. It comes back down, it almost resolves, but it leaves us wanting the rest of the verse, does a variation of the same thing. We know something big is coming, but the verse ends with just the vocalist singing da da da. This seems to play the role of an instrumental crescendo when you might expect the drums to play that beats and the volume and the energy of the whole instrumentation and the vocal performance to rise. Instead, emphasis is given to the rhythm of the voice alone. So rather than there's the whole band. Now, this actually seems to add to the charm of the song, a cheeky way to lead us into an energy-filled chorus. I don't know how much of that was intentional in the writing and production of the song, but it works. The chorus comes in soft for the first bar, but quickly provides its own partial crescendo, which lasts throughout the whole chorus. We are then rewarded by a return to the rhythmic introduction, and there is no surprise there. The vocals almost chant out the words, with the rhythm being, I would say, more important than the melody. I can actually hear the audience singing along to this during a live show. This is followed by a fun instrumental break, which features all the instruments having fun, again focusing on the rhythm rather than the melody. The chorus is repeated, and then we get a much appreciated bluesy, jazzy guitar solo. I want to point out that the vocals never fully resolve the melody. It stops a few steps short every time, somewhat satisfying, but not fully. The whole time we're being pulled back into the melody, expecting to come back to the roots and feel that resolution, but instead we're actually pulled in by the infectiousness of the rhythm. It isn't until the very final beat of the song that it fully resolves back to the root. The vocals sing the chorus, as it has the whole way through, but it still leaves us hanging. As one, the band plays the final chord, the root chord, and it is this that finally provides us with a very, very satisfying resolution. They made us wait until a last possible moment. There's not much to say about the lyrics. They're simple, heartfelt and fun. They serve only one purpose, which is to remind us that this is a song that you must dance to, not that we needed to be reminded. I bet that you can't listen to this song without smiling. And I bet most of you who do listen to the song dance along to it too, even if that is just nodding along your head and wiggling while you're sitting in your chair. Angela.
Thank you, Mark. Very detailed as always. Love your reviews. I actually picked up in the lyrics of this song that the man is singing to a woman and trying to encourage her to dance. He's looking into her eyes. He's looking at her smile. He wants to see her move. He wants to get close to her. And I found those lyrics very endearing. But also, the song is speaking to the entire audience that's listening to the song and encouraging everyone to get up and dance. And, you know, like Mark said, it's a very feel-good song. It's very hard to stay still when you're listening to it. But because this song is from South Africa, when I first turned it on, I was so interested in the culture that you can hear immediately in the song. I mean, the person singing the song has a South African accent, and I think they're from Cape Town. And the music itself is influenced by South African music. And it's just so interesting to listen to. It's so different from, the typical music that we listen here. It's considered rock, and but it's so much more than rock. There's reggae and South African influences in the music, and it's very, very danceable. It's very lighthearted and uplifting and makes you want to move. And I just thought it was such a great song, and thank you very much. I can't remember who in the song club suggested it to us. Mark will have to tell us, but I think it was Elna again.
Yes,
or
it was.
Edna. Sorry,
Elna.
I'm getting it wrong. Elna, yes. So thank you, Elna, for suggesting the song to us, because that's I just love it. It's fantastic.
Yep. Yes, like I said in my review, honestly, it was. Sometimes I'll listen to the song once. Well, twice or three times before I decide to put it on my list, but I knew almost instantly this was something special.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Super fun. So let's see what we have in the comments. I need to decipher the regular chats with the comments for the song. Chris Lady says, love this song, moving all over. Nice one. Elna says, we do sing along at live shows, so that's nice. I can hear it, actually. I can actually hear I can imagine just how wonderful that sounds there. Shalim says, feet are moving instantly when the song begins. A fun, positive, upbeat tune makes me happy. There we go. And Elna says, you're very welcome.
Great.
And thank you, Elna. We'll keep this going. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. No, anyway. Yeah, that's great. I don't know if we should wait a second longer for any more comments. But what I would like to add, I was thinking of this when I was writing the review, but I thought it didn't really belong there. But I was very much reminded of Paul Simon's Graceland's album, and the reason for that is that he went to South Africa during apartheid, and recorded with a lot of black South Africans on that album, and you can hear a lot of that sound there, particularly the voice and a bit of the accent, the way that he pronounces dance correctly. That was nice. So I don't think it really belonged in the review, because Paul Simon was influenced by their music, not the other way around. But yeah, it was Paul Simon's Graceland is one of my favorite albums of all time.
South Africans, yeah, it was very much a South African song, and it's interesting. Across Canada, when we're reviewing Canadian music, it's interesting to say that these artists are from this province, because honestly, each province has its own musical influence. There are provinces where the fiddle is a really big instrument, and you can hear the influence of a fiddle in their rock songs even. I'll have to look for something where I can make an example of that in the future. But and then Indigenous music, and music that's influenced by different cultures. Like, the cities are growing more, and we have international influences more and more in the cities. And Bollywood is starting to influence music in big cities like Toronto. And Chinese music is influencing Vancouver. Like, it's incredible how the music grows that way through culture.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just looking. I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, so there's just there's chat going on. I don't think it's related directly to the song. So
I love when you guys talk to each other. So fun. I go back and read it later.
It makes my life a little harder. I've got to filter it through. Anyway. Yes, I think so. We probably come to the end of the show, the main part of the show anyway, part of the review side. Okay. I would like to actually just put it out there that we are open very much to suggestions from the audience, or from the members, I should say, for songs that we can review. There are a few provisos. That the band should be current. They should be currently active. They should be independent, and that there's a studio quality or radio quality recording available, whether online. Live performances are fine, but you're not going to get the full power of the song when we're reviewing it, because we're looking at the the quality of the recording as well. And you're not going to get that even from these bands. You're not going to get the quality of these songs that we've had live, right? So let's hear them at their best. And I think those are the main provisos there. And also, either Angela or I have to really like the song. So you've got a couple of hurdles to climb. But and if you could post in the Song Club Facebook group and tag me and Angela, just so it comes to our attention. And we would love to. We'll review it. Can't guarantee that we'll select your song. But we definitely would love to hear what you've got there, and we will give it serious consideration.
Yeah, I don't know about the Song Club members. I have talked with a couple of Song Club members, and we agree that it's very hard to find new songs to review that you actually like. I mean, I'm sticking with Canadian music, right? And there's a ton of wonderful Canadian music out there, but it's amazing how many stinkers I run across. Like, I'll start to play a song and I'll just be like, ooh, I don't want to review that. And it takes a long time to scroll through music and listen and decide, oh, this one's worth talking about. This one's actually pretty good for one reason or another. So but yeah, there's a lot of stinkers out there, so it can be tough. It can take work to find music. Yep. So the more that you guys listen to stuff and start forwarding it to us, the better this show is going to get, because we'll have a list of really good songs.
Yes, indeed. And I think there's nothing more exciting from our side is just discovering that new song that we've never, and that new band as a result, that we didn't know about before. So it's always exciting.
Something that you missed in the criteria for when we're looking for music to review too is there has to be a bio. The band has to have a bio. I mean, I can't make these little intro videos and talk about a band that I know nothing about and I can't find any information about. If they I actually had a band say to me one time, the music speaks for itself. We don't need a bio. And I'm just like, okay, hard pass on that one then. Because I'm more interested in knowing, if I hear good music, I want to know who made this music. Where did they come from? Who are the members? What instruments do they play? I want to know all about them once I hear a song that I really like. Yeah. And I think a lot of other people do as well. That's why I share the content that I share. So yeah, that's just another criteria. Just want to mention that.
Ellen asks, does it need to be English? I would say preferably. But post it in the group. We'll have a listen, and if it's outstanding enough, maybe we'll select it.
There is some really fantastic music, especially rock music and death metal music, coming out of Montreal, Canada, and a lot of it is French, and I just love that. I don't speak French myself. I understand, high school level French, and but I don't care if I don't. If it's a good song, it's a good song. You don't necessarily have to listen to the words. Half the time, I don't listen to the words anyway.
This is true. I think for years have gone by, and I was singing Beatles songs, and then later, what did this actually mean? I've memorized it by rote, but I don't really know what the word. I think she loves you. I think she loves you. I'm like just singing it. I think, hang on a minute, this actually has a meaning. One of those silly things. Yeah.
And then there's the misinterpreting the meaning, right? Like you think it's about one thing, and you listen years later, and you're like, I always thought that song was about something else.
Yeah, or about nothing. In the case of She Loves You, I realized, there is actually a wrong story in there.
We've all done that.
Okay, I think we are come to an end there. So Angela, I did tease Just Eat It at the beginning there. Trying to just let everyone know what Just Eat It is all about.
Yeah, please visit my website, ojusteatit.ca, and there will be links to YouTube on there and a little about page about me. And I'm trying to work on my YouTube channel right now, so there'll be much more content coming in the future about Canadian indie music. I've been blogging since 2011, and I've met some amazing artists and been to some fantastic shows and had a lot of fun, taken some great photos. And I'm currently working on organizing all of that and sharing it all with you. But the Invisible Song Club is a great outlet for me right now, because I can just explore new music and just move on and not worry about all this stuff from the past, because there's always new stuff out there to explore.
Indeed.
Love doing this every 2 weeks, Mark.
So yeah, I force you to do it by sending you. Oh, you okay?
I haven't had anything to drink.
keep sending little notes. Are you done yet? Where are these videos? We're not too bad. we're both all working on the show on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
I don't think we really work that far ahead very well. So next week on the Invisible Man show, we've got Rob Frank from Ottawa, a writer, he's a drummer, guitarist, producer, singer, songwriter, pretty much all around, super talented guy. So check that out. That's 2 p.m. Central on the Invisible Man Facebook page and on the Invisible Man YouTube channel as well. So there you go. And we will get out the promotion for next Song Club, I think earlier than usual, because we're a bit prepared this time.
Yeah, a little more prepared.
Yes, maybe not the week after. A couple of comments. Muttley talking about does the music need to be in the same language? He says, I love Rata Blanca, but don't speak any Spanish. David Krause says, awesome show, guys. I loved it. Thank you so much, David. Elna says, thank you so much. Show was great as always. Me chatting as much as always. There we go. I think the rest of the chat's between themselves. So thank you very much, everybody, for all the great comments, for enjoying the chat among yourselves as well. It's great to see you all getting involved there and being all nice and friendly and polite and encouraging to each other. Okay, so thank you very much. We will catch you on Song Club in 2 weeks at the same time. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.